Now, dear students, we have the chapter number 2, unit and measurement, and the today's we have the following topics: absolute error, mean absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. So these are the four topics we have to be completed, and on behalf of these topic we are able to solve the one of the mathematical numerical. Now first term we have that is the absolute error. So what actually the absolute error is? The absolute error in the measurement of a physical quantity is generally the difference between the individual measurement of a physical quantity and the true value of the physical quantity. Okay, so this is the simplest define we have. So what actually I have written, the absolute error in the measurement of a physical quantity is the generally the difference between the individual measurement of a physical quantity we are doing and the true value of the quantity. So it's a generally the meaning of the absolute error we have. Now we are using the simplest formula, or we are defining the whole define in a single step. Absolute error is the difference between the individual measurement minus true value. So it's a general that means step we have taken. Now we can go with the numerical concern. So we will discuss the formula. How can we get the actual value or the true value of a physical quantity? Suppose we have given the number of the measurement of a physical quantity, or the physical quantity is to be measured n times. Okay, so we are just assuming a simplest case. Let a physical quantity is to be measured is to be measured n times, and physical quantity measurements are a1 comma a2 comma a3 dash 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 up to an. So we are not we don't have the true value of the physical quantity. So to get the true value of the physical quantity, we are doing the arithmetic mean of the all the individual measurements. So to get the actual value of the physical quantity, arithmetic mean of all measurement, or in simply what I am saying that you must find the average. So students, I have written the general formula of the arithmetic mean of the all individual measurements of a physical quantity. Arithmetic mean is the a1 plus a2 plus dash dash up to n times is to be divided by number of times which we have measured. Okay, now arithmetic mean can be simplified in the simplest formula, 1 upon n summation. This is the one of the interesting symbol you have. First time I am introducing in front of you. I is equal to 1 to n, and a with the subscript of the I in the base. So it is a general formula of the arithmetic mean. Now absolute error. Absolute error in individual measurement. So easily we can get, or by the define already we have discussed that simply it's a difference between the individual measurement minus true value. So how we are just representing it is an important part we have. Suppose delta a1 is the first absolute error in the first measurement. So we are representing it, delta a1 is equal to a1 minus am Similar the other values we have A2 is equal to A2 minus AM, and so on up to we are repeating up to n term. So AN is equal to AN minus AM. So it is a general formula which we are using to make the meaning of the absolute error in the individual measurements. Now we have the term that is called the mean absolute error. Mean error. Now, dear students, here we are just getting the value of the absolute errors in the individual measurement. So sometimes it can possible that we are just getting the negative value, because suppose the arithmetic mean is greater than compared to the A1, so we can get the negative value, but we are just getting the absolute term, or we are just getting the term in the absolute part, or in the modulus. So we are just finding the always difference in the term of the plus. So what is the meaning of the mean absolute error we have? The arithmetic mean of all individual magnitudes of the quantity is called the mean absolute error. Okay. So general formula which I have taken here, whenever we are just getting the arithmetic mean of all individual magnitudes of absolute error, so this will give the meaning of the mean absolute error we have. And here I am just using the symbol of the modulus. So either we are just getting the negative value, so we will add this absolute error. So this is the general equation of the 4. Now in the simply we can change this one equation into the simpler part. Delta E is equal to 1 upon n is to be multiplied by the summation I is equal to 1 to n and delta of ai. Okay, so this one is the simplest general formula we have converted, because we are not habitual to write the longer terms, so we are representing the simplest formula. Okay, so this one is the concept of the mean absolute error. So dear students, we have the next term that is called the relative error or the fractional error. So what actually we have got the two value. First is the mean absolute error, and one of the value of the physical quantity, that is arithmetic mean or the true value we have. Now what actually we are doing, we are just getting the ratio of the mean absolute error, and the mean absolute error we have, that is called the delta A. And all to get the actual value of the physical quantity, we have got the arithmetic mean. So we are just getting the fractional error, that is called the ratio of the mean absolute error to the arithmetic mean. So it's simply the relative or the fractional error we have. Now portion 4, that is called the percentage error. So simply the fraction is available in front of you. Whenever we are multiplying the relative error or the fractional error with the 100, so it will convert into the percentage error. So this one is a fourth part we are multiplying this one fraction by the 100, so we are just getting the answer in the term of the percentage. So the four basic formula we have discussed here. Further I am repeating the same. First we have discussed the absolute error. So generally the difference in the individual measurement minus true value is called the absolute error. So somehow we are just getting the number of the observation of a physical quantity, and we don't have the actual value, so we are just getting the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean will give the true value of the physical quantity, and we want to calculate the absolute errors in the individual measurement. So this one is a true value, this one is a true value, and this one is a individual measurement we have. So we are just getting the individual measurement of the absolute error in a physical quantity. Then after we are just getting the average of the all the measurement absolute errors. Okay, individual magnitude of absolute error. So we are just getting the mean absolute error, and in the fourth part we have gone third part we have got the relative or the fractional error. So the ratio of the delta A bar to arithmetic mean, and then we are multiplying it by the simply a 100, so it will convert into the percentage error. So on behalf of these formula, we are doing a one of the numerical which gives the total explanation. So students, we have the one of the sample question, that is called the relative refractive index. The refractive index of water is measured how many times? one time it's measured that 1.29, another 1.33, 1.34, 1.35, 1.32, 1.36, 1.30 and 1.33. So near about 8 times we have measured the refractive index of the water in a particular measurements. So calculate the mean value, arithmetic mean. So easily we can dictate the meaning of this term. Arithmetic mean we have to be calculate. The mean absolute error, obviously whenever we are just getting the arithmetic mean of the all individual absolute errors, relative error and the percentage error. So four terms we have included in this numerical. So first we are just getting the arithmetic mean of the all the value. So I have used the general formula of the arithmetic mean, the average of the all the measurement. So I am just getting the sum of this term. Okay, so finalize, I am just making the calculation and I am getting the value that is called the 1.3275. If I am just using the round off rule, which we did not complete up to this, but if we are just, I am just making the round off at the two place of the decimal point, so I'll get the value that is 1.33. Now we can make some individual measurements of the absolute error in the measurement. Okay, so we have used the general formula. So I can write that a1 minus am. So it is a general formula we have used here, and similar we will apply in the all the cases. Okay, so what the a1 we have, a1 we can choose from the numerical, that is the 1.29 minus 1.33, and we are just solving this one fraction, so it will give the meaning in the negative sense. Okay, so doesn't matter, so we will use in the absolute in the modulus part, so we will take the plus as a minus as a plus. So I have done the individual measurement of the individual absolute error. So delta A1 is equal to minus 0.04, delta A2 is equal to 0.000, delta the A3 is equal to 0.01 with the sign of the plus, A4 is equal to plus 0.02, A5 minus 0.01, A6 plus 0.03, a7 is the minus 0.03, and delta A8 is equal to 0.08. Now in the next step we have to be calculate the mean absolute error. So we are just using the mean absolute error formula in this numerical, delta A1 plus delta AN upon N, and we have to be write the value with the sign first time, and then we are just using the concept of the modulus, so we will convert all the values in the plus section. Okay, so whenever we are just using or we are solving, so I am just writing in this manner, that is 0.04 plus 0 is there, so nothing, meaning we have 0.01 with the sign of the plus, 0.02 plus 0.01 plus 0.03 and plus 0.03, and total we are just getting the 6 value with the 2 0. So we are just solving this one fraction, so we are just getting the mean absolute error, that is called the 0.02 near about, or either you are just getting the actual value. Clear? Now next target we have to find out the relative error or the fractional error. Relative or fractional error. Fractional error. So it's a simply numerical part we have. So relative error is the ratio of the mean absolute error to the arithmetic mean. So what actually we have got, 0.02, okay, with the division of the 1.33, and the generally the error is making the movement from plus to minus, so we are just using this one sign. So plus minus 0.015 is the finalized relative or the fractional error answer. Okay, now last that mean portion we have to find out the percentage error. Percentage error. So what are the percentage error? Whenever we are just making the fractional value of the relative error with the 100, so it will convert into the percentage error. So 0.015 is to be multiplied by the 100. So we are just getting the plus minus 1.5%. So dear students, we have got the 4 value of this numerical, and we have given the measurement of the refractive indexes of the physical quantity. So first, what we have measured the arithmetic mean, because we don't have the actual value of the refractive index for this condition. So we have got the arithmetic mean and we have got the 1.33 after rounding off. Okay, so you can use the general rules of the round off. Okay, then we have got the mean absolute error. So we have to be go toward the individual absolute error in the measurements. Okay, so we have got the a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6, a7 and a8. Then after we have gone through with the measurement of the mean absolute error. So what we have got, that is 0.02. Okay, so here you must pay the attention whenever you are doing the calculation of the individual absolute error. So if the negative sign here, you must remove it. Okay, always you must take the addition sign, so you will get the meaning. So we are just getting the mean absolute error. Then fractional error we are getting. So generally the absolute error moves from plus to minus. Okay, so we are just getting the sign of the plus to minus. Then percentage error, whenever we are multiplying the fractional error with the 100, so it will convert into the percentage. So it is a general derivation and the numerical problem we have. So easily we can attempt it. Okay, now subscribe the channel, so easily you will get the next notification automatically. Okay, thank you students.